Hi there, I'm Dr. Alan Snow, and this is week 2 of Dr. Snow's Brain Health Factoids. In week 1, we discovered about what causes memory loss, and it's basically PTI, plaques, tangles, and inflammation. If you have plaques and tangles in your brain, you certainly have memory loss or can contribute to marked memory loss later on. If you have plaques, tangles, and inflammation, all three, you definitely have memory loss, and it could lead to severe memory loss. What can we do about memory loss? And I'm going to talk today about foods and drinks. What foods and drinks should we be taking? And this is really easy. You should be taking foods that are rich in polyphenols and proanthocyanidins. Proanthocyanidins are epicatechin-dimers. What's epicatechin? It's found in green tea, black tea, Oolong tea, and it's a very good source of polyphenols. And what proanthocyanidins, why they're so important, if you actually look at the chemical structure, they have aromatic rings and they have two OH groups coming off that are very close to each other. And what we found is that the two OH groups go into plaques and tangles, and they get into the brain real quick. It's actually very surprising. Within 2 minutes of taking it orally, it's actually in your brain, and we showed that in a paper last year. But what it's important is it forms a hydroxyl wedge, and when you have plaques and tangles, it's very insoluble. So this stuff goes in, forms a wedge, and then opens up the insoluble plaques and tangles, which are in a beta sheet, very insoluble formation, and it forms a wedge, opens it up, and the whole thing falls apart. When it falls apart, the microglia of the brain are going to take it away and get rid of it. So this is why we love polyphenols and proanthocyanidins. Where can you find these in actual food? Well, it's in berries. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, elderberry are very high enriched in polyphenols and proanthocyanidins. Another good source is grapeseed extract, very high in proanthocyanidins and very good for your brain. Drinking red wine, having a glass of red wine a day is actually very good for your brain health, and that's because polyphenols and proanthocyanidins are found in red wine. Dark chocolate, not regular chocolate, but actually dark chocolate, shows a high amount of proanthocyanidins, and it's very good for your brain. So are nuts, walnuts, cashews, almonds, hazelnuts, pecans, flax seeds are all enriched in polyphenols and excellent for brain health. And the last thing, which I think is actually the most important, is cat's claw, Uncaria tomentosa. Now, a lot of people haven't heard about this. We did a lot of research on it, and last year published a 109-page paper that shows that cat's claw has not only polyphenols like chlorogenic acid and epicatechin in it, it also has proanthocyanidins, different types that are epicatechin-dimers. They form a hydroxyl wedge. They go into the brain actually really quickly in 2 minutes, and it actually starts dissolving plaques and tangles. And the way it does it is chemically it has a hydroxyl wedge of two epicatechins stuck together. The OHs actually go into a beta sheet, which is how plaques and tangles are very insoluble, and the whole thing falls apart. When it falls apart, the microglia of the brain can sweep it away. That's why, what can we do about memory loss? Cat's claw and Uncaria tomentosa would be number 1, and then eating these type of foods would be very important as well.